What's up, my geeks, my nerds, my dweebs, my dorks, my he's, my she's, my theys, my thems, my dudes, my chicks, my its? In essence, hello world. It's Warrior Donut, and this is a brand spanky new episode of Geeking on some Geekdom. Let's get started. Alright. Let's do this. Okay, so I know it's been a million years, like literally a million years. Like I think there was a millennia, and then the world exploded. Okay, I'm done. But it has been a long time since I posted on here, so I thought I'd start off the episode right by doing a new segment I call Minute to Win It, where I break down all the amazing things that have happened in the last few months in 1 minute. And what do I win if I accomplish this feat, you ask? Absolutely nothing, because the game is made up and the points don't matter. Okay. Alright, so I've got my stopwatch. So let's get started right now. In October in 2018, these are the movies that we saw come to the screen. Zombieland, Double Tap, Parasites, Joker, Laugh, Jay and Silent Bob, the reboot, and yes, it's gonna rhyme, who knew? The Addams Family and Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, but I digress. The video games that we saw come to your console or PC Master Race like Henry Cavill, were Luigi's Mansion for the Switch, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare for the nostalgia itch, Indivisible, Grid, Trine 4, I'm running out of time, so I won't tell you more. TV shows premieres were as follows: Batwoman, Black Lightning, Nancy Drew, the final season of Supernatural 2. Watchmen premiered as a fan fave on HBO. Let's jump into November's TV shows. His Dark Materials, The Little Mermaid Live, The Mandalorian, aka My Binging Life, The Toys That Made Us Season 3. If you haven't been watching, you should be. I'm running out of time. I can see it, but it's my show, so deal with it. Let's skip to the December. Let's do December and name the movies and shows and video games. For December 2019, my top video game pick would be... Alright, I'm just going to finish this. So, hey, I said stop. Would be, for movies, Star Wars Rise of Skywalker, obviously, and show would be, of course, The Witcher, and the video game would be Watman, because I like things that are cute, so... Sorry, I did run out of time. Not too bad, actually. I think the fastest I did that was like a minute 20 seconds. So it was like a minute 10, I want to say. Okay. I want to talk about something a little more serious, because we are obviously living in some really crazy times right now. Every major geeky event and amazing thing that was going on has been canceled, and I can't remember in the 31 years of my life that anything like that ever happening. I mean, even when we had a severe tragedy strike our nation, we had these events to kind of bring us together. And I know a lot of us are panicked and scared, and maybe we're in this eye of the storm right now, so we're all feeling that calm. But wherever you're at, I just want to say that we will get through this, and I'm especially joyful for this one instance in my life that we are all so attached to social media, because at the very least we can jump on these kinds of platforms and not feel so alone, and that's pretty incredible. For those of you who are still willing to go out and be present IRL, I just ask that you honor those who are more vulnerable to this disease, this virus, to those who are trying to have as little contact with the outside world as possible by taking precautions to lessen any unintentional transfer to your loved ones, neighbors, the people who are still working, who are the troopers, by washing your hands and keeping a safe distance. And I know this is really corny, but you could literally be saving someone's life. So, okay. Now that I've said that, let's get back in, okay? Since we're all locked inside, except for the occasional run to the supermarket, it's safe to say that most gamers have been preparing for self-quarantine their whole lives. So let's dive into the amazing games that have come out over the past few days and have us all happy to be home. Doom Eternal came out a few days ago, and let's just say, oi. Now, as far as a game where you have tons of toys in your sandbox and lots of action, then yes, Doom Eternal is that. But as far as the storyline goes, it's miles away from the 2016 reboot and has a lot of fans scratching their big bald heads. See what I did there? As to how we went from a often funny, charming story of kicking demon ass to a more convoluted one. Now, set partly on Earth, Doom Eternal sees the Doomslayer, your main character, trying to track down Hell's priests. It's quite a fall away from the corporate greed and grime we saw in the remake. Anyway, to sum it up, if you love Doom for the action, and you really need to get your head out of this world right now, then Doom Eternal is for you. But if you're looking for a continued story from the remake, then don't have super high hopes. Just enjoy kicking ass. For those of you who are looking for a more cuddlier approach to staying safe, then Animal Crossing New Horizons is the way to go. The game exclusively came to Switch on the 20th and has a lot of social distancers feeling not so lonely. The difference between New Horizons and the original is pretty monumental, being that in this world, instead of being a new human to a village of all animals, you are building a society yourself. Now, it has been called slow because just like the original, you do have to wait for things to happen IRL, but ultimately more satisfying as you get to shape your own island as you please and see your hard work come into fruition. You do all this by basically living, fishing, talking to neighbors, and in turn you get cash to improve your island. I think this game might be perfect during this time when we are all so anxious because it makes you step back and enjoy the virtual little things. Okay. Now I've saved the best for last. Half-Life Alyx. This amazing game comes out today to only PSVR and it looks incredible. This game has been called the saving grace for VR because of how fluid it moves with the new VR for PlayStation, how beautiful it looks, and just how damn fun it is. Now, Valve making a Half-Life game that is not a continuation of the story is pretty bold in itself. But then to further say, if you want this new Half-Life game that's not going to answer any of your questions but will be in the universe, then you'll have to purchase this $1,000 software is pretty crazy. Crazy like a fox. From what I can tell, this game is going to be just astonishing. From the puzzles, storyline to combat, this is going to be a hell of a way to spend some time outside of this crazy world and in a whole new one. It comes out today, so please, if you're planning on purchasing this or you already have it, let me know what you think, because I don't have $1,000 for a VR. Okay. That's all the time I have this week. I'll be getting these out to you every other Monday with the hopes of eventually filling in the spaces with other content. As always, if you see anything in here that you think I've missed or you want me to talk about something that you're geeking on, please let me know in the comments below. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and then also to my Instagram, warrior.donut. Please be safe, love you, and let that geek flag fly. Alright, cool.